Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for more Kubera, picking up with the most recent chapter 411, finale 13. Let us jump right into it. I'm sorry, but why would they... Is it because they don't trust each other? Are they keeping information? I guess it's more about avoiding suspicion. Their starting point was different from ours, so... We should go somewhere else. We need to keep low and stay close. I don't want Vayu to hear us. Let's find a spot with enough background noise to cover our voices. Let me... You just need something loud, right? Huh? It's perfect, actually. I wanted to check on something anyway. You see that? We came this close and it still won't budge. Not even that lightning made it move. Maybe it really is bent on attacking the gods. I mean, it did show up in the god realm, so it's clearly its purpose. If it can think independently, it's clearly got a vendetta against the gods. If not, it was sent to go and attack the gods. It depends whether they have independent thought or not, these things. But one thing's clear. It only takes so much damage. No matter how big the attack is, it only seems to lose a portion of itself. It's like Vasuki limiting all damage to a single head. This thing can't be burned or electrocuted beyond this damage threshold. But then, that head, something was able to strike it. What kind of attack could do that much damage? This is transcendental again. I was right. I was right the first time. I'm still not picking up any hostility from this. Ever since I chose Ananta's power, I've been able to sense and react to threats in ways my combat experience shouldn't allow. These sparkles don't trigger that at all. Given the previous attack, these are clearly meant to kill me. And yet, I don't feel any malice or killing intent behind them. Is it even possible for a killing attempt to be this innocent? Please stop zoning out! It's okay, Ron. I already know what they can do. I won't let them hit me again. I wonder, do you think you can hit the thing with those, like, pink sparkles? You know? Like, get it to hit itself if it is what's doing that attack? Season 3, episode 411, finale 13. I mean, you did some damage. You kind of directed them toward it. And you've also caught its attention. Like, you've seemingly caught its attention. Like, actually. Yeah, that was effective. Vayu, focus. You only told me to take this seriously, remember? But that thing just went after Lise. No, that's not how that's how I voiced Chandra, not Vayu. Vayu's more like this. Kind of depressed. So that's all the more reason to provoke it. It's been coming after us first, so a few more hits should make it turn back our way. Yeah. Very well then. Let me try something new this time. Yeah, it's really good when the two people working together don't trust each other explicitly. Or at all, it seems. That's great. Ron, so about what you were saying before. What did you mean by the gods avoiding suspicion and having a different starting point? They might be siding with the gods from the previous universe. Huh? That wasn't Surya. It was a god. Gods from the previous universe. They dominated the humans, feasted on them, and ruled over them. But in the end, they were defeated. Now they're trapped in this world within its blank space. You must have heard about it. You must have heard about it too. But those blue things are gods from the previous universe, and that they're now nothing more than losers, buying their time until the next one. Of course, this isn't something just anyone would know about. At the very least, you'd need to be someone from the previous universe to retain their memories. Or someone who heard it from one of them. Now, humans like you and me, or Rakshasas like Kalavinka, wouldn't be suspected of being from the previous universe, even if we knew about all of this. I'd just assume you'd heard it from God Kubera, and you'd probably think I... Let me guess. You met Kali, right? Kalavinka told me when
Kalavinka told me. When you ended up back unconscious after we parted.
I only told Kalavinka that I'd met Yuta. But you know all along who that Yuta really was. Let's see now. You know from the get-go.
Ron doesn't know what's going on, that's all. He means no offense, so please.
Huh? Why you been so forward to Yuta? Since the moment we landed unconscious. No wonder you're acting all weird.
I couldn't help it back then, given the situation and all.
Yeah, I get it. How could you have told me when Kali was right next to you? Anyway, the point is that things are very different from the... The point is that those things are very different from... Anyway, the point is that things are very different for those gods. I mean, think about it. Agni and Vayu have been around since the dawn of the universe. So, to avoid suspicion of being from the previous universe, they have no choice but to act clueless. Pretend that all information is new to them, even though they know it all along.
I heard that a few of the current gods are from the previous universe, but why is that an issue?
Because some of them are secretly rooting for those losers.
Some of them isn't some of the gods?
Well, yes, of course, Lee. Well, like, who else would he be on about there? I mean, I don't know if it's just some Azteca or Nazteca too, but I know they do. Fucking hell! What is wrong with me today? It's been a long week, a very, very long week. I've been on a bunch of late shifts, and which is why I have the time to record, which is convenient, but also exhausting because it means I'm doing like 10 hours a day. Very, very long, but nonetheless. But I know they do exist. Those siding the losers of the previous universe and cheering for a universe in their favor. Between us, I don't trust either of those two. Agni's too laid back, and Vayu just seems way too clueless. I mean, whatever he's faking it to keep Agni off his back.
But they've always done their best to help and protect us. Could they have orchestrated that? No. I can easily name other gods who are far more suspicious. The primeval gods who treat universes as mere experiments. God Kubera, who's definitely from the previous universe. And...
I mean, blatantly Indra.
Were you so lucky to be given that name and become a god at birth? Or were you also a mere human before you earned that name? Indra. Based on that reaction.
Is it just me, or in the flashbacks that are black and white, Indra looks quite a bit like Asha? Am I the only one that thinks that?
What's Indra been up to?
No idea. I was unconscious for a while in Rin Hollow, and he was long gone by the time I woke up. Apparently he's still summoned somewhere, but no one knows where.
Well, that's fishy.
I agree. In fact, he's my #1 suspect. He couldn't have come by here and broken this. He could have come by here and broken the seal, for all we know. But we just can't trust the other gods either.
Looks like those two just wiped out all the enemies. If they're fighting for us this hard, shouldn't we give them the benefit of the doubt?
I mean, at least Agni. Well, look at that. Well, look at that. The Flames of Paradise really get you, huh? This tells me you might have gotten loose elsewhere before you crossed over to this place. Now the question is, why? Were you drawn here by a specific target, or was there nothing left to kill where you came from?
Agni, stop wasting time. Just kill it already. It doesn't seem to have the intelligence to communicate.
Really, Vayu? Does it not? How do we think this thing would sound? You gods were granted your victory thanks to your resurrection ability. So what is it that you fear? Is it the possibility that your resurrection might be voided? Just as ours was in the previous universe? Then you are right to be afraid. as brief as it was, a means to avoid us emerged even in the previous universe. Therefore, it stands to reason that a universe far older than ours would give rise to a means to end you.
I mean, yeah, of course it would. There are always going to be people that doubt the gods. And given how the universes are set up, it's bound to happen eventually that someone would want them done, want them gone. And it's almost like it's been happening as we speak the entire time. That's what's been going on, you know? Sir, I have a casualty to report. About half of the gods who stayed out of the first remain unharmed. But they won't reinforce us since most of them are non-combatants. As for the half-gods occupying the lowest level, humans with extended lifespans born of god and human parents.
They're all dead. I know. I've seen their names in the Book of Names.
Yama, you want to tell me what's going on? How come none of us are resurrecting? We're in the god realm. It's supposed to be instantaneous. And Vince, what happened to her? She headed your way. You had to have seen her. Yama, answer me!
Bring me the Book of Names I'd sealed away separately.
The one pertaining to summoners in Kubera, sir.
Correct. I also need Claude Yui's.
Claude. Just saying, brother. Oh my lord. Right. Let's get to the blog post. There is some, oh, okay. There's some sauce to this chapter. There's definitely some sauce to this chapter. Absolutely. Right. Korigam's blog. Season 3, episode 411. Finale 13. The 16th anniversary has passed. I didn't know until I saw a comment on the last episode blog, lol. I think I was thinking about what kind of event I should do this time around about a month ago. I completely forgot about that. It's alright, there's a lot going on probably. These days, I'm so overwhelmed by just focusing on releasing Kubera that I don't have time to think about anything else. Sometimes my wrist aches or my hand goes numb. That's not good. Take time off if you need it, Curry. And I have to take a break from doing anything. Yamchinim could colour the sketch better if I gave it to them a little faster, but my body keeps breaking down, so I end up sending it to them just on the brink of the deadline. Take some time off if you need, Curry. Nobody would complain. Nobody reasonable would complain. The young Kurigom who used to say things like that is no longer there. Now she treats the hospital like her home. Jesus Christ. That's fucking morbid. Vine barrier. At this level, it's got to be more durable than a simple vine, right? It's a skill that can both defend and attack. In some ways, it seems more useful than lightning. Interesting you'd say that, because that implies there's probably a bit more to the lightning than meets the eye. Because there's no way that, you know, they wouldn't be evenly balanced out like that. Anyway. Serious Ron. Ron looks handsome here. Another mess up in my drawing. Wow. Yo, Curry's got a vendetta against Ran and Maruna, it seems. Jesus Christ. Constantly calling Maruna a virgin and now just saying that it's an accident that Ran's handsome. Jesus Christ, Curry. It seems there are still many people who think that Agni cannot use Paradisial Flare at all. He cannot use the fire that he brings directly from Paradise, but he can use the regular Paradisial Flare, like other gods. The difference between the two fires is explained by Chandra in 353. And he also used it against Kadru in 353, and used it against Kadru in 134. Of course, Agni is still the strongest among them, so even if he gives up Paradise, his flame is still stronger than that of other gods. Long time no see. It's been a while for Yama, but it's been even longer for the person next to him. The lighting has changed their hair color a bit, so it might have been difficult to match, but 3 people recognized them and commented. The grey-haired god appeared in Season 3, Episode 182, being tired of destroying souls and begging Yama for a vacation. Jesus Christ. You know, it's good to see there's not been any, like, complaining about the readers in this blog post. It's really good to see, like, genuinely. Whenever I don't have to hear Corrigan complain about the ungratefuls, as it were, it's a good day. It's a good week, that week. Really, genuinely. This was actually a really nice blog post, other than the really morbid start. Like, Curry, if you need to take, like, 3 weeks off or a couple months off, take time off. I know that Mr. Westerner, that you probably can't even understand if you were to speak to, right, is telling you this, but just take time off. I can wait. I can wait. I'm sure everyone watching this video can wait. All, I don't know, have like 30 or 40 of you, however many it ends up being. I'm sure everybody that reads on, you know, webtoon in English can wait. Hopefully most of the Koreans are willing to wait. Okay? People are willing to wait, so don't kill yourself. Like, we would love this series to end. We don't want Kubera to become a Hunter x Hunter where your health prevents you from ever finishing it. You know what I mean? That would be tragic. We not want that for you or for us. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that outcome at all, because it'd be bad because we'd lose a great writer, but also we'd, you know, lose a great series that'd never finish. It'd be a tragedy on multiple fronts. So look after yourself. Not that you'll ever hear this, but if somehow you do, my best regards, my best wishes to you. But yeah, the reason I was saying that wasn't necessarily to go on that tangent about Corey's health, but it was actually because I have recently dealt with at work. I just want to rant about this because I've got to get it off my chest. I work at a restaurant, shall we say, and we've recently started doing deliveries, right? And when I say recent, I mean we've been doing it for, as of recording this, a single week. Okay? 7 full days as of recording this video, which is the day the chapter goes up, so a Wednesday. We've been doing deliveries for about 7 days. And obviously, nobody that works... There's a handful of people that work there that have experience with doing deliveries through the service that we're doing deliveries with. I'm not going to name where I work or the service that we're using. Just for, you know, the reasons you wouldn't say. And so people are going to make mistakes. There's going to be mistakes happen. Nobody has the experience. And we had a mistake occur where 2 delivery orders were placed at the same time, and 1 delivery driver turns up. Both the orders I've got ready for the guy to take, and, well, I've got both orders ready. One of them is in 2 bags because it's a rather large order, and so it needs to be split like that. And the other one is a single bag because it's not a big order at all. And so the guy shows me on his app the code for the order, which is the first order we got, which I give to him, which is the one with 2 bags. And he goes, thank you, and then leaves. And then about half an hour passes, and it's now closing time, like when we shut, 11 o'clock. Right, we're closing. And this second order is still there. And then it dawns on me that more than likely what was supposed to happen is that guy was supposed to collect both orders. Now, the thing is, we're not supposed to give out the orders unless we are shown the code for the order. Otherwise, anybody could come like, oh yeah, I'm with a, like, you know, a delivery bag and go, oh yeah, I'm here to pick that order up. You know what I mean? Right? We're not supposed to do that. Then at about 20 past 11, so 20 minutes after we've shut, we get a call from the guy that was supposed to receive the second order, okay? This guy is not happy. And I get it, right? I get he's not happy. But the situation gets a bit weirder. This guy has been delivered the first order, which was probably about double the price of the order he'd placed. So, right, I get complaining because you haven't got what you ordered, but you have gotten significantly more than what you ordered. And in fact, the orders are, as far as the content's, quite similar. It's just the second order was double the first order, right? By the by. So I get why he's frustrated. You know, he's not gotten what he ordered. But this guy was... I've dealt with some weird people in my time working where I work. But, Jesus Christ, was this a strange guy. Like, I mean a strange guy. He was... So, he explained to me, you know, what had happened. I was like, yeah, cool. If you need a refund, which is perfectly reasonable, yeah, there's been a mistake, you're entitled to a refund, you've got to contact the service that you ordered through. And this is where the problems arise. If you don't care about this tangent, you can just go or skip to the end. But I'm gonna go on this tangent because I've been wanting to talk about it in a video because it's very interesting. This is where the conversation gets weird. The second I tell him that the way you get your refund is you have to
file for one through the service you used to get the delivery sorted. He then says to me that he can't. He can't do this. The service have told him that there is no refund available, which I know is objectively untrue. I have used delivery services in the past for food, and I've in fact used this exact same delivery service, and I have had to get a refund sorted because of a mistake with the order of just outright not turning up. And so, I know this isn't true. You can go through their support, you'll speak to a person, over the phone usually, and you'll get your refund sorted if you've got a justifiable cause for a refund. And this guy's telling me that he's been sent a message saying that he can't get a refund, and I'm like, in my head I'm like, that just doesn't add up. But okay, this is what this guy's telling me. And unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do. I can't give this guy a refund over the phone, because that's not how it works. I can't give the guy the food because we're shut. And the guy says to me over the phone, can you not just give me my food? I'll come and pick it up. I live 2 minutes away. He lives 2 minutes away and is ordering delivery. By the by. I'm like, no, we're closed. We've been closed for 20 minutes. And the guy goes to me, well, that's not my problem, is it? You need to give me my food. And I'm like, no, I don't. We're shut. We are closed. I don't say this to the guy over the phone because I don't want to cause a bigger problem. But we are closed. We have nothing. None of the equipment is on. We have no food left over because we have been closed for 20 fucking minutes. And this guy is raving down the phone about how I'm privileged for having eaten today because he has said to me he has not eaten all day despite it being, at this point now, 30 minutes till midnight. And the money he'd used for this delivery order was the only money he had for food all day. Now, I understand that I am semi-fortunate. I'm in a good position, right? But everything I have that is valuable, I have earned by working since I was 14, okay? So I'm not exactly privileged, but I'm not, underprivileged. I'm in a very neutral position. So this guy called me privileged kind of irritated me. But also, he's complaining about privilege when he has received food and is then seemingly disposed of it and is now complaining that he hasn't eaten all day after disposing of food that he received. Really? And also, you're saying that you're not privileged when you have the funds to spend extra on delivery when you live 2 minutes away from the place you are ordering from. Excuse me? But anyway, this call goes on for about 10 minutes of me telling the guy, I cannot do anything for you. You need to contact the service you ordered from to get your refund. I cannot do anything. I do not have access to the means to give you your refund. And the guy then asked me for my name, which, that's fine. I'm more than happy to give you my name. That's nothing wrong. And he asked me if I'm in the day after that this issue occurs. I'm like, oh, yeah, I am. Cool. Would you like to talk in person? He's like, yeah, I would. I'll see you tomorrow. And then he hangs up. Well, let me tell you, the guy didn't turn up. This is a day after he was, he said he was going to show up. He didn't turn up. So, I'm kind of disappointed because I wanted to actually handle this, situation and explain to the guy in person and try and walk him through it. Because I think because he'd received a message saying he couldn't get a refund, he hadn't actually contacted support. I'm under the impression he probably contacted the driver, asking the delivery driver for a refund, which isn't how it works. So, yeah, I would have loved to have actually resolved the issue, but also it would have been a good experience to just get some, for me to handle things better. But hey, anyway, after this guy's phone call, this very unreasonable guy, we get another phone call from the person who was supposed to receive the order that was actually sent out. And this is where it gets weirder. This person is genuinely really, really nice. They understand what's going on. I explained to them, they're very, 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 very pleasant for the situation of, they haven't received their food at all. Instead, they've only received the drinks that they ordered. So, what's happened is, and obviously they've asked the driver, and the driver said that it's not his fault, it's our fault. Despite him taking one order, remember the bags for the orders have the receipt and code that they're associated with for that order on both bags. So it's very clear that both the bags he has taken are for the same order, and he has delivered the same order to 2 different addresses. And somehow that is our fault, not his, for delivering one order to 2 addresses. But yeah, I mean, Just brilliant stuff. So that's how my week has gone so far. If you were curious, it's been a long week. It's been a long week, and it's only Wednesday. And I've not even been to work today. Oh god, it's gonna be a tough one. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you How long was I ranting for? Was that nearly like... It was like 8 minutes, I think I rambled on for that. I hope you enjoyed that. I just needed to get something off my chest. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like and some notification about YouTube stuff and out of the way. I'm an awesome new video, and I was going to have another video. At a time. For now.